Hello everyone once again and welcome back to Packs and Recreation. And today we're continuing our quest to go through the real multiverse and we're going to crack some legacy booster, in this case Worldwake, a 15 card booster packs, age 13 plus. Man, what a bunch of memories opening Worldwake really brings to me, like Magic designed by Richard Garfield. Let's see if we can save this wrapper, as I usually try to do with legacy stuff, because whether you like it or not, it's part of the memories. Ironically, and maybe let me just say it after I actually end up opening this or not, because I don't want to jump the gun. Let's very carefully so that the cards don't suffer damage, but also my wrapper is okay. Oh, it's kind of busted in the corner. I mean, it's yeah. Well, you can have it. You can have it all. I was about to say there is a science to this, believe it or not, and it actually involves the older the pack, the easier it gets because the glue gets drier, so it actually separates. But then that also can happen. So well, let's see. Fledgling Griffin. 1 and 1 white creature Griffin, landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, Fledgling Griffin gains flying until the end of turn. And it has flavor text, of course, because it's old magic, in this case 2010. And it says, 2010, old magic. Then I remember that 13 years have passed. Man. We are making progress, but its desire to explore still far exceeds its ability. Amadi. Halinar Griffin Master. So there is that. Grotag Thrasher for 4 and 1 red. Creature Lizard. Whenever Grotag Thrasher attacks, target creature can block this turn. The Goblin fancied himself a rider. The Lizard was happy with its new flail. See, the flavor text, man, that's like 50% of the game right there. Groundswell. With our girl Nisa right there. For 1 green, it's an instant that says target creature gets +2/+2 until the end of turn, and it has landfall. You can tell it was the mechanic of this set. If you had a land enter the battlefield under your control this turn, that creature gets +4/+4 until the end of turn instead. This world will not be tamed. Tomb Hex for 2 and 1 black, an instant. Target creature gets -2/-2 until the end of turn. Landfall. If you had a land enter the battlefield under your control this turn, that creature gets -4/-4 until the end of turn. So the opposite. Very black and, landfall. Marsh Threader. For 1 and 1 white, it has Swamp Walk, Core Scout, and then it has a bunch of flavor text. Give me a sturdy rope over the advice of any so-called expert. I can thread the dark wilds better than anyone. Magic the edginess. Wind Zendikon. 1 blue. Enchantment. Aura. Enchant land. Enchanted land is a 2/2 blue elemental creature with flying, and it's still land. When enchanted land is put into a graveyard, return that card to its owner's hand. Nice. Twitch. See, Magic predicts the success of the platform. For 2 and 1 blue, an instant that says you may tap or untap target target artifact, creature, or land. You draw a card, and it says, the flow is diverted. Your path is clear. What are you waiting for? The cave to bid you welcome? Mesa Sher Tazim Holmage. Sorry for the butchering. Myres Toll. 1 black, sorcery. Target player reveals a number of cards from his or her hand equal to the number of swamps you control. Just choose one of them. That player discards a card. As the bridge snapped, Berko was sure he heard the swamp laughing at him. Akum Battlesinger. 1 and 1 red, creature, human berserker ally. Haste. Whenever Akum Battlesinger or another ally enters the battlefield under your control, you may have ally creatures you control get +1/+0 until the end of turn. Explore. 1 and 1 green, sorcery. You may play an additional land this turn. Draw a card. Okay, it's kind of too powerful. An explorer's reward is a view from tomorrow's possibilities. Leatherback Baloth, 3 green. Heavy enough, and it's just a beast, 4/5. Heavy enough to withstand the royal leatherback skeletons are havens for travelers in storms and land shifts. Hada Freeblade. For 1 white is a creature, human soldier ally, 0/1. Whenever Hada Freeblade or another ally enters the battlefield under your control, you may put a +1/+1 counter on Hada Freeblade. I toiled in Kazul's mines when I was 8. I think I am thought enough for a little hiking. Are you though? Quest for Renewal. 1 and 1 green enchantment. Whenever a creature you control becomes tapped, you may put a quest counter on Quest for Renewal. As long as there are 4 or more quest counters on Quest for Renewal, untap all creatures you control during each other player's untap step. Okay, very good commander card, ironically, even though commander wasn't a thing. At least not from, wizards themselves. Archon of Redemption, 3 and 2 white. It's an Archon with flying, and whenever Archon of Redemption or another creature with flying enters the battlefield under your control, you may gain life equal to that creature's power. Until Emiria is freed, he raises his sword in her name. A token plant, which, very nice, and a swamp. Nice. And well, this is the Duels of the Planeswalkers. Hey, do you remember Duels of the Planeswalkers? Jeez! I remember this game. Play the trial version for free. Yikes, man. Look at the Shivan Dragon, because of course there's always a Shivan Dragon. Oof, what a bunch of memories. And then a swamp. I remember this from Zendikar, the full art. I remember seeing this and I was like, oh my god, you can do a land that big? And it's like, yep, yeah, you can. And pretty much that was it. I hope that you enjoyed it. It was a very well balanced booster. Pretty much every color was represented. Maybe colorless was missing or artifacts, but besides that, it's very nice to go down memory lane and look at this time where Magic was more magical. I think we can say it. Like, obviously we were younger, specifically 13 years younger, so all past time is best. But I don't know, maybe it's just me, but the vibe of the cards, like the art and the simplicity of the effects and stuff, gives me this, warm feeling of this was a different time. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. I don't know. It really brings memories, and I think also the format of the cards also helps to that a little bit. And remembering playing some of these cards, I think also at that time, at least me, I wasn't, as I won't say pro player because I'm not pro player, but like I wasn't as informed as I am right now. So I remember some of these cards being like in decks for my friends and stuff, because we just build decks with whatever we could get our hands on, and it will be like, wow, man, and you will see like a 3/4 and you're like, oh man, it has flying, like you will be god, and it's like, actually it's not that good of a card, but you will go crazy, right? Or like, what is that card that is like, for example, the Leatherback Baloth, right? Like, this is a basic 3 green for 5, like it's just a mystic, a bit stick, sorry, and we will look at that and be like, yeah, man, for 5, similar to what we did with Yu-Gi-Oh, like, oh, blue eyes, what dragon, let's go, and it's like super basic, but whatever. Yeah, we pay for the memories. I know that some people treat this type of booster as stocks or gold and just save them so that, because it's the possibilities. You pay for the possibilities. But I know it's kind of a waste of money to a degree, but I just like opening them and go down memory lane and be like, oh man, remember this? Yay! And I don't know. It's like watching an old, maybe not an old movie, but an old commercial. Seeing a bunch of commercials from when you were a kid. That really brings you back because you spend most of your time watching commercials. So that's kind of the same logic. I don't know. I hope that you liked it. I hope that you had a fun time. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for your time. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all that stuff. And if you like this stuff, I have some other legacy stuff in the channel. Most of it is recent stuff, but nonetheless, we have fun. So take a look and let me know what you think down below in the comments and all that stuff that YouTubers are supposed to say. Hope you had a nice time. Thank you very much. See you next time. This has been Packs and Recreation. Bye.